Hello, happy thinkers. How are you this evening? Today we are going to be talking about love bombing and whether you are a victim or the culprit. Anyways, I just want to get started. My name is Melissa. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here today. I am a little under the weather, so hence the hat and the sore throat. So it's just a little scratchiness in my throat here. So if I start to crack, that is why. But anyways, again, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa Shem, and I am the creator of Think Me First and Rock Your Vibe Apparel. So where can you find me? You can find me at thinkmefirst.com is my blog. We also have an international group on Facebook, and it's under Think Me First. Then I am on Pinterest under Think Me First. And you can find me on my YouTube channel. If you just go to YouTube and then type in Melissa Shem, that'll take you to all of our videos. And if you could subscribe, that would be great. We're trying to reach 100. That way I can use my original URL, Think Me First, so people can find us easier. But then you can also find me at rockyourvibe.com. Rock Your Vibe is where I design high vibration apparel that you can wear. Their messages that are in high vibration and have a great message. So I do a lot of designs there. So let me know what you think or which one's your favorite. And then if you have an idea for a design, let me know and we'll see what we can come up with. But without further ado, I wanted to get to WTF, also known as Wednesday Thought Forum. And again, if you could do just a couple of things before we start that real quick, just give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and then hit the subscribe button below. Again, we're trying to reach 100. And then hit the notification bell, and you will be notified every time we upload a video, which is every Wednesday at 7 p.m.-ish. Where we are shooting live WTF, and then it goes onto my YouTube channel. So without further ado, again, welcome to WTF, also known as Wednesday Thought Forum. We are shooting episode number 67. So again, we are going to be talking about love bombing. And to find out if you are a victim or a culprit. I'm hoping you're neither, but this is some very valuable information. Let me tell you why. Love bombing, never heard of the term, okay? My husband and I, my husband now, Sam, we have been together for 7 years. He just asked me recently, I think when I started this blog, if I've ever heard of love bombing. And I'm like, no, never heard of the term. Well, I researched it, and guess what? I had lived it for more than 17 years. I just didn't know there was a term for it. Never in a million years did I think that my 13 years of my last marriage was all a lie, nothing but a lie. I don't even know what was true and what was not. And it all started with a love bomb. So let's get into this. So the Wikipedia definition of love bomb is it's an attempt to influence a person by demonstrating attention and affection to that person. So love bombing can be used in a good context or a negative context. Unfortunately, we're going to talk about the negative context because, if you're living in the positive, that's great. But there's a lot of red flags to let you know if you are being love bombed in a negative form, such as I was. And, I was vulnerable at the time. So it happens, okay? But psychologists will use the term as identifying love bombing as a psychological manipulation. So they use it in the negative context, and then it becomes a cycle of abuse. And it really does. I lived it, let me tell you. So I want to start with the first sign of possible love bombing. Again, these are not set in stone. So, these are just some guidelines. If you're being love bombed, it doesn't mean you're going to experience all these. These are just signs that I want you to be cautioned with, okay? And again, remember, there are good forms of this too, but we're just talking about the negative form. But the first one would be that the relationship moves too fast, okay? So, let's say you're just dating this person. It's been a little over a month. But now they're already wanting you to meet their family. And then time flies by and there's like, oh, you want to move in with me? And, before you know it, you're starting a family and then you're trapped. And I'm going to give you some other signs here. But when you start hearing some of these signs, time goes really fast when someone is just treating you so miraculously, so lovingly, with the intent of it being all negative, but you just don't know it. And time goes so fast, so you lose track of this time when you're stuck in a love bombing situation. So that's why they say the relationship moves really fast. These love bombers, they really pick up on people who are very vulnerable or low self-esteem, low confidence at the time. They can read you like a book. I mean, they can read people that have been through traumatic events or are feeling down on themselves. They can read that really well, and they take advantage of it. So I just want you to be aware of that. Number two is that in love bombing, they say that they love you right away. Okay. Well, we all know it's hard to say that love word or L word, I'm sorry, which is love. It's hard to say that. So when you're saying it right away or you're hearing it right away, I mean, that should be a red flag to you. People, again, are scared to even say that. So love bombers, they're not. When they know that they have you, then they go right on in and start attacking. And, they start by saying they love you. Some of them will even use the phrase within weeks of dating. So again, I just want to caution you with this. It's an obvious red flag if they're doing this to you, but it's very hard if you're vulnerable at that time to recognize it. But think about it in this way. In healthy relationships, it usually takes a while for the first person to say they love you. Let's say your partner tells you they love you and you're not ready. Well, a very understanding and sincere partner is going to understand that and they're going to be okay with it. All right. Vice versa. If you say it and your partner's not ready, but you say it because you feel it, you're going to stick around too if you love that person. So, I mean, there's the difference between hearing it. If a love bomber tells you they love you and they're not getting that same reception, they're not going to like it at all because, again, their intent is not sincere. Their intent is to hurt you or get you to where they want you. So that is a red flag. Number three, love bombers, they're always going to tell you what you want to hear. Okay. This is very true too. All these all happen to me. So again, there's many more of these. These are just a few things that pop up to me. But love bombers, they listen really well. And when I say they listen really well, they do, but they don't listen really well with the intent to learn more about you because they're intrigued by you or anything. They learn more about you so that they can eventually use it against you. They're going to ask you questions all the time about yourself. You're not going to have time to ask them questions. It's always going to be them asking you questions to learn all about you. They're going to learn what makes you happy. They're going to learn what makes you tick, what makes you excited, what makes you passionate, everything. They're going to ask you all kinds of questions and they're going to learn you really well because they're going to listen really well to all the words you have to say. Then once they know what motivates you or makes you tick, they're going to know that and they're going to tell you everything you want to hear. When you're down and out, they're going to tell you things you want to hear because now they know everything about you. And here you sit and you don't really know much about them. They're going to tell you. And if it's a narcissist that's involved, they're going to use it against you in a very negative way. It'll happen. It'll happen. Trust me. So just imagine if you were down and out, and you're not dating anyone that love bombs you, right? You're down and out and, someone nice and sincere comes along and they say something nice about you and it kind of cheers you up. I mean, think about how you feel. And then, those are the perfect words at the perfect time. But think about if you're doing this, if you're, you have that so low self-esteem, no confidence, and you're vulnerable. And then think about hearing all these words all the time. That's going to build you up. and then is only going to come crashing down on you. And I'm not saying that there's nice people out there that will build you up. There are, but you're going to see the red flags behind it, because you're going to know that these actions don't back up the words later on. You're going to have plenty of opportunity. You just got to be aware and see it. And when you're vulnerable, not every moment are you thinking practically or reasonably. So, they pick up on that. So they know when to say it. All right. Again, I'm just cautioning you, because these can be used in a very positive manner as well. All right. But, when they start doing this, then it ends up becoming a mind game for them against you. So number 4 is, while love bombing, they're going to compliment the heck out of you and give you gifts. All right. Romantic gifts. Okay. So again, be aware that it's going to come at you early, because they want to get you all sucked in and all, Twitter-pated is what Bambi and Thumper would use. They're just going to get you all excited about love and everything again, and you're not ready for it. Okay. They go to the extreme. They give you compliments all the time, and they buy you gifts. Again, no sincerity put behind it. They just do it because they know that there's something you need right now. All right. And they can pick up on that. They make you feel good about yourself. And, then they top it off with a gift. All right. And it comes at you a lot. But again, try not to get caught up in this. Try not to be fooled. They do this frequently to you. And then, then you're sucked in this relationship, and it's really hard to get out of. Okay. Because it really does mess with your mind. But here's a few questions to think about. If you see something like this happening and you're not sure if it's a love bomb or not, question yourself. Is this too quick? Are they moving too fast? Or, are they they're giving me a lot of attention. Is there something wrong with that? Do their actions back up their words? And how can they mean all this if they barely know me? So those are just a few things. And then you even might ask your friends and family, because they can have clearer vision when picking up on some of this stuff too. But, love bombers, they're going to promise you the moon. I promise you that. They're going to promise you the moon. And then you're going to be so taken back. They just have you. And they have that charm about them that you just fall in love with at that time. Again, because you're not ready for a relationship usually. Number 4 is, they are going to immediately promise you future plans. Okay. So they're like, oh, okay. So when we move in together, wait, what? We're moving in together? So when we move in together, I'm going to buy you that dream car you always wanted. Okay. But before we do all that, we're going to go get you some new furniture to put in your new office in this new house that we are going to purchase. Does that sound all right? But let's kind of put that on the side burner right now. Just take a nice cruise vacation so we can think about all this and draw it all up and see where we go from that. Does that sound good? I mean, I can kind of see us just, sitting on the beach right now in the sun, feet in the sand, cold drink in our hands. You know how that song goes. And let's just think about these future plans that we have. This is a love bomber. Again, they will promise you the moon. And then you're going to be so taken by all this. It's just, it's going to be unbelievable, mentally tormenting, mentally frustrating, confusing. But everything they do is dreamy. It's not like, oh, let's just go walk in the park. It's in recreation center in Delaware or whatever. No, it's all dreamy. Vacations in the sand, on a cruise. It's never just, okay, let's go to, the local beach and just sit out for a while. It's not going to be that. Okay. Number 5, it seems all too good to be true. We've heard of this phrase before, right? You're thinking about this person all the time because they're doing all the right things and saying all the right things. And, you're planning your life with this person at this time. People aren't perfect. We all know that. Situations aren't perfect. We all know that. So why would you think having the perfect partner who says the perfect things, whose every date has been perfect. Is it possible? I mean, again, we're not perfect and we're all flawed individuals to some degree. So if everything seems perfect, it's probably not. You're on cloud nine because everything's happening, everything's going your way. And it's okay to feel that way, but just be cautious about it. That's all I'm saying. Go with your gut reaction. They say your gut is your second brain. Your first brain has all the ego in it. So, it protects you, but it's, it also keeps you from taking risks and expanding growth and things like that. But always go with your gut. Your gut always has your back. Okay. If it's not feeling right, it's probably not right. Relationships, healthy relationships take time. They take work and they don't happen overnight and they're flawed. What is it? The imperfect partners and imperfect situations are the perfect situations. There's some saying like that. I probably just destroyed it. But relationships take work. It's plain and simple. They're not perfect. If anyone tells you that, they're wrong. We see it all the time. Society has relationships painted as these fairy tales. On Facebook, everyone is just happy with their relationships, and that's all you see is the happiness and everything. Social media, any kind. It's not true. It doesn't happen 24/7, this happiness and blissfulness. It doesn't happen because no one's perfect and these situations aren't perfect. So think of that. When you feel that this is too perfect and too good to be true, most likely it is. All right. Again, just go with your gut feeling on these. There's so many ways to be love bombed. These are just a few that I came up with that happened to me. I'm sure there were more. I just don't want to remember them because it was horrible. But typically love bombers, they'll seek someone out. Again, someone who's been through a traumatic event, low self-esteem, depressed, no confidence. They can read that. A lot of people can read that. And you don't have to be a love bomber to read that. People can tell when other people are down and out. It's just sad, but they prey upon people like this because it's easy for them to manipulate. They're going to use your insecurities against you. They're going to capture them, and then you're going to be really even more frustrated, and then they're just going to stomp on your heart. I'm just telling you. But hopefully this gives you a little insight on love bombing. Again, I didn't even know what the term was, but I had been living it for many, many, many years, too many years. And I just want you to be able to notice these things. Now, if you go to my blog, thinkmefirst.com, I also have a section on narcissism. Narcissists fall into this wholeheartedly. I mean, huge. It's written all over every article I have on narcissism. But, if you want to learn more about that, you can go there too. It's a very bad situation. It's a very sad situation to get caught up in. I don't wish it on anyone. So that's why I'm trying to educate people on it. So again, just a few questions to ask. If you think you're in a love bombing situation, again, is this too good to be true? Is this person being fake, or are they really being sincere and genuine about what they're doing for me or saying to me? Are they backing it up with their words, or are they just giving me lip service and gifts? Are they really sincere to me? Do they really care about me? These are just a few of them to think about. I'm sure there's others. But, if you answer yes to any of those, again, please just be really, really cautious. It really messes with your mind, your heart, and it's not worth it if you even are skeptical about the situation. And then I'm going to flip this around. So if you're a love bomber out there and you're watching this, let me tell you, karma has no menu. You will get served what you deserve. I'm just letting you know that. But anyways, I spent 13 years in a traumatic situation where I was mentally and verbally manipulated by my ex-spouse. And just letting you know, it's hard to escape. And all this started with a love bomb. Plain and simple. Okay, so a couple of things here. Let me know what you liked about this video and drop it in the comments below. If you have other insights or any other red flags to share with others, that's what we're here for, is to just help and share with each other to learn. So if you know of any other signs or experiences that you've had with a love bomber, drop those in the comments as well. And then if there's any topic that you want to talk about, trust me, you're probably not the only one that has issues with it or wants to discuss it. So drop a message in the comments below, and we'll have a WTF show on that. Otherwise, I really, really, really want to appreciate all of you for showing up, all the comments, all the thoughts, your love, your support. You guys have all been wonderful. I am so grateful for all of you. Anyways, just remember, thank me first. It's not selfish, but it is necessary. Everyone have a nice evening tonight, okay? Love you guys. Take care.